don't know if you can see the disgust on my face. The tom was already on the ground. He was down in there. I guess you can figure out what happened next. Gone. Alright, made it to Ohio, and we'll kind of give you a look around here of where I'm at. Got in here on November the 2nd. Temperatures the first day were really cold. It was the coldest morning they'd had probably this year, and today was the second coldest. So I'm in a funnel here. So as you can see, there's an opening over there, some fields where they bale hay. And you got a narrow strip of woods here, and you got another field here where they bale hay. So you got one section going that way, and then you've got another section going back that way. You see how thick this is in here? Up there it opens up again, and you got another section. And then we've got this small creek you can see going down through there. It runs through it. So basically what I'm doing, I'm sitting in a funnel that's a primary intersection. And I actually had an 8-point come in this morning. Couldn't get any video of him. Well, take that back, I may have gotten some video, but he actually came in, made a right-hand turn, and was going to go up this small funnel of woods. And this narrow stretch of woods is probably only about, I don't know, 60, 70 yards wide, but you can get right in the middle of it, and you can cover both sides of it. So this is going to be our primary stand for the afternoons. I've got one camera arm on this tree, and then I've got a setup for my morning stands. All right, real quick. You can tell this area is different, and kind of show you around here a little bit. You see how just insanely thick and nasty this is. You know, a buck can barely get through here. But what I want to show you, you can barely see the tops of those pine trees right there. There's maybe an acre, half acre of pines someone planted years ago. They've all grown together, one solid canopy. And there's also a pond over there, and there's also a field that's grown up. So perfect bedding. I've seen deer come out of there before.
All right.
Okay, that's how fast it can happen. And I've still got a doe. She's gonna run here in a minute. It's been an absolute rodeo this morning. I moved my stand. There's a doe in the field on the edge right there too. There's about 6 does this morning, and I heard them crashing through the woods. But before I got to here, I was actually about 300 yards back up in the woods on a little funnel. My trail camera, no, my camera arm came apart, and I couldn't use my video camera. So it's like, is this a sign? You know, God, am I supposed to be down there hunting this other field? So I just took all my stuff down. I was in the tree, got down at 7:30, came over here, and there is a active scrape. You can see it right there. I covered it up with leaves yesterday and grass. And when I got over here this morning at 7:30, it was cleaned out. I was like, oh brother, I hope I didn't miss anything. So I've been sitting here since 7:30. It's a quarter till 9 basically when I shot that buck. And I actually had already ranged all my shots, and he was sitting at 22 yards, a little clump of grass. It just exploded over there. It was warm yesterday, didn't see anything, saw a spike and a doe. And then this morning, come in, it's 32 degrees, and this creek bottom here, you can see the creek's dried up over there, but most of the time there's water in it. This creek bottom's usually 2 to 3 degrees cooler or colder, and you can still see a light frost on the grass, but it was frosty this morning. And just talking to a bunch of the locals and local taxidermists, he said 10th, 11th, they should start chasing on days and nights. And he was definitely chasing because it just exploded over there in the woods. These does come running out. He started chasing one around. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get a shot, but I was able to grunt, stop him when he came around this point right here. I call this my point stand because I've shot. This is the third deer I've shot. His tail was clamped. I saw the shot. The shot looked good. Looks like a double lung. But man, he went a long ways. Went a real long ways. I hope he's over there in the woods. So I'm gonna give him 30 minutes. What I'm probably do is just get down, look at my arrow, and make sure that it was a pass-through, make sure my arrow's got the bright red blood on it. Should be good to go. So this is November 9th. I'm in Ohio. Like I said, temperature is 32 degrees, light wind, so basically no wind. There's no wind right now. And like I said, as a rodeo, I went to one stand and I only stayed there 30 minutes or so after daylight, or hour after daylight, and I got to thinking, I can't use my camera. I need to get down. So I got down, came back over to this stand. I was like, well, I hope I didn't miss the action. Got here just in time. So we're gonna give him 30 minutes and we'll see what happens. Okay guys, I'm about to go pretty quick. I'm running out of memory on my card here, but you can see right over there is where I was at. That tree right there, I call this the point. This is actually deer number 3. Here's my arrow right here. I don't see any bubbles, but obviously it's a complete pass through. The shot looked a few inches high, so I don't believe it was I don't think it was a heart shot. Okay, remember that little law I came up with, that a deer doesn't have to bleed immediately after you shoot it? There's 100 yards, and there's my first spot of blood. So he went through here. But like I said, I'm pretty sure he went in the woods up there. So let's go over here and look. I got a 99.7% confidence level. He's laying over there because the doe went out and I saw him do the flip. Okay, finally tracked this buck down. It's difficult to trail, you know, when you're in a field like that. So I really didn't pick up his trail till about 100 yards away. And the shot was good, but it's still a little bit high. It's probably 2 or 3 inches higher. But with the angle, got both of his lungs. So he actually came into this little narrow strip of woods and only ran about probably 30, 40 yards once he got in the woods. Nice, mature buck here. Looks like when he ran into the tree over there, he barely chipped one of his brow tines, but beautiful 8-point, dark brown coat on him. Like I said this morning, it was 32 degrees when I got here. And I come down this bottom, and this creek bottom is notoriously colder. So it's probably 2 to 3 degrees colder down here. Frost was everywhere. It was just a great morning. And like I said, I went to the first stand, got up in it, and it was like a sign to get down and move somewhere else because the tree arm broke. So I got down out of that stand, move over here, and got into this stand about 7:30. Saw a doe and a yearling come through, and then it just exploded. 5 does blew out into the field. And 2 or 3 minutes later, this buck shows up chasing a particular doe, but 2 more does came out with him. He circled around chasing her, trying to cut her off, and I actually thought she was going to go in the woods, but she didn't. She came back out in the field, and I had plenty of time to get my camera gear and everything turned on. He came right around the point where that stand is, and this is, you know, buck number 3 here for that that stand location. And I grunted, and I'd already had the distance ranged out. He stopped perfectly and gave me a shot. So really pumped up about this. This deer's got some unique features. Got an acorn here and got the nice little hole down inside his tine. Long brow tines, just beautiful big body deer. Plenty of meat, that's for sure. So hope you enjoyed this. Okay, that's the end of the trip for Ohio. The weather was really good this morning, but it's turned off hot this afternoon. So I'm really glad that I was able to shoot that buck this morning when the temperatures were in the 30s. Had a nice frost out here. So with the cold air this morning, and I know a lot of people think, well, cold temperatures don't get deer on the feet. They were moving. So we're gonna head out of here, pumped up about our success in Ohio. We'll see you on the next hunt.